So anybody that pays attention, anything that I put on YouTube may or may not know that I had a bit of a catastrophic screw up and wrecked my radiator and my beautiful, super rare, not easy to come by fan shroud. So until I might possibly someday be able to find another factory shroud, I decided I'm just going to quick build one, make one out of sheet metal. Should turn out good. Who knows? Maybe if I do a good enough job, I'll maybe just not even bother looking for another one. But anyway, if me making a fan shroud out of just a flat piece of tin might be interesting to you, stick around. Now here's my poor beat up radiator, which yeah, I'll probably someday get it record, and it she's pretty smushed in there. It doesn't look too pretty good whatsoever. But anyway, I'm not using this one. I've got another one. It's not in quite as nice a shape as this one was prior to this little mess. But anyway, here, if you see that, there's my fan shroud. Now that is an A-body 26-inch radiator fan shroud. It came on 73 to 76 Dodge Plymouth A-bodies with either air conditioning cars or 340, 360 cars, and they're super not easy to find. I actually had this one on my other car, but it's not quite right. It doesn't quite do what I need it to do. So I'm kind of SOL there. What I decided to do, I grabbed a piece of flat tin, and I'm going to build myself a fan shroud. I'm 100% confident in my ability to build it. Is it going to look worth a crap? I guess we'll see. So whenever I do anything like this, I start big and work my way down. I just flushed it up on this side, and I'm just a little bit overhanging on this side, but that's okay. I can, I'll just cut her one more time, and that should end up just about where we want it to be. So here's the thing. I have to find the center of this hole in relation to the radiator, because it's, if you look, if you can see, maybe I can get back far enough, it's not centered, it's off this way a little bit. So I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure this out anyway, and I thought I had it, but I'm afraid it's not gonna be quite perfect enough, so I'm just gonna keep screwing around here and try and find the center of that fan. So that should be good. When I had the shroud on there, I just marked four corners with a actually with a little level, or with a little 90-degree square, and basically it's a 22-inch opening, and I used 11 inches, and I just made arcs from each four corners, and they all intersected in this spot. So from what I know of geometry from when I used to pretend to go to school, that should be pretty much center of where I want to be. So here's the next step to my grand plan. I got a 3/4 inch border, and I got a line direct from here to the corner of the border. You can see that it's not a perfect X because this is not dead center. So this is exactly the way I want it. What I'll do is I'll cut these lines, bend these out just a little bit, and then I'll lay my circle in here. And once I get that all sorted out in my the way I got it figured, all I'll have to do is fill in the little triangle pieces in the middle, or on the edges where these come apart, and hopefully we'll have something that's not going to look completely hokey jokey. Now if you ever try and do something like this, before you cut these slots, drill the corners, because I cut them and then I drilled them, and that was dumb. It would have been a lot nicer had I drilled this hole, drilled these holes, and then just connected the two. It would have been a hell of a lot simpler, but I didn't, and it still worked out. Now let's see how we're going to make the next. Ideally, I'd like to find a way to bend this right along there and just pull that out just ever so little wee bit. And then, you know, I'll be able to center my circular part off of here. But let's screw around with this for a minute and see what we can do. Okay, I found a piece of just scrap steel in my bin of junk, and I got this. Now I want to bend it right here just like I would in a sheet metal brake, but I got to find a way to bend it up so that it doesn't just, you know, curve it. I would like a nice tight bend right here, but I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Let's try and figure something out here. Maybe a wedge, maybe, damn it, I don't know. We'll figure something out. I'll be right back. Well, that worked good on the first couple sides, but I guess I'm gonna have to find a different table or something to do the two long sides, but we'll figure it out. So that's that. I just supported the middle with an old dog dish hubcap. Make sure I don't bugger that thing up, because though those things used to be worth nothing, they're seemingly worth gold these days. So yeah, now let's just figure out what we're going to do for a ring around the fan, and we should be looking pretty good here. So this is just the long cut off piece from that initial sheet that I had, and it's cut in half and just cut into a ring. It's actually ends up, it's a little bit more of a ring than I wanted. I was thinking I was going to go a little bit bigger than original, but I'm afraid I may not be able to do that. I think what I'm going to end up doing is actually mount this in the car and use the car and the fan that's in there to locate this piece, and then we'll pull it back out and we'll fill these pieces in and make it all look mint. So that's it. There's I just welded this piece on in the middle just to make it solid so I can slide it in and bolt it to the rad in the car. That's going to be the best way to ensure I've got my my raised circle part where I need it, because that's my only real concern about this thing, is just to make sure the damn thing lines up with the fan. Because if it doesn't, I'm basically starting from scratch, and I have no interest in that. So here we go. We got a new plan. Fitting it down inside the car was going to be more of a pain than it was going to be worth. So I decided, rather than letting the car cool down and remove the upper rad hose and all that crap, because I just pulled the car in here. But anyway, rather than do all that, I'm going to I just set the old shroud on top of the new one, and we'll use that just as a kind of as a buck to make this stuff all work out. Let me show you what I'm up to here. So you see here, got the old shroud in here. I got the new piece inside there, and basically what I did is I just marked this out, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut this, I'm going to fit this into it, and then I'm just going to lightly tack it all up and fit it in there and see how she looks. If it's the way I think it's going to be, I think it's going to work out real well. There's a lot of waste with this project, but honestly I don't even care. It's all going to turn out really nice in the end. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way this is going so far. It's not exactly as I had envisioned it, but in actuality, I think it's going to be much better. And it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to get that fan on and off than the way I originally had it planned. So that's kind of where we're at right there. Of course, we're going to need some cutting and blah, blah, blah. And I know that once these two pieces get joined together, I'll have to cut this out so that we allow airflow through there. But I do believe that I'm at a point where I'm just going to tack this up, fit it in the car, and see how close or far we actually are. I don't know how good you're going to be able to see that, but that's what I've got so far. I'm just going to mount the fan just to see what kind of, make sure I've got spacing all the way around it. And I don't know, I have a feeling this thing's going to work out not too bad. It's not going to be the most gorgeous maybe, but matches its owner. Well, it spins and it don't hit, so I'm gonna drop it down a little bit at the top. I'll just cut these two tacks and lower it down at the top, and I think I'm just gonna finish it out and see what I can make of it. Yeah, I think this is gonna be all right. Well, I just quick and dirty welded this up, and I think it's going to be just fine. Now all I got to do is these pieces here and these pieces right here I've got to fill in, and then basically here anywhere where there's more room where air can come through, I'm gonna cut them out too, obviously, so this thing can pull from the entire radiator, not just that circle in the middle. I think I maybe might ought to test fit this thing again before I get too carried away. That might be a good idea. Well, it's getting close. I got the top and the bottom plugged up there. Now I just got to do those 4 little spots at the corner, which I left to the last because they're going to be a real pain in the ass. But end of the day, I guess I gotta cut these out too, these 4 corners out too. But that's okay. As far as welding goes, I got to do those last 4 corners, and we're getting close to being done here. So this stuff's all nice and cut out along here. I'm not sure. I'll see what the strength is like in it. I may just weld the backside too, but I'm probably not going to worry about it. Anyway, if it seems like I'm putting off filling in these corners, it's because I am. This one might need a little bit more, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hammer and dolly them as nice and even as I can. And what I done is this is the first one I'm going to do. I put a nice like double layer of green masking tape on there, and I'm going to cut out this portion just to make a little piece of tin to put in there. I'll cut it as close as I can with the tin snips and just sort of sneak up on it until it's what I need to fill the hole. At least that's my plan so far. Well, it turned out all right. Just gotta touch up a couple little things, give a couple little bends here and there to make sure everything's nice, and yeah, it's I think that's gonna work out. It's like I say, it's not show quality by any means, but it will be functional. And right now, that's all I really care about, because I really don't think this is going to be on there for super long. There's a bit of an upgrade in the works here. Well, there she is with a bit of black paint on it. It, like I've said many times, certainly not show quality. It could have been, I suppose, had I took a little extra time and like when I was doing these, I should have tacked them, hammered and dollied them nice and smooth, and really tried while I was welding. Like, this was the last one I did, and it could have been pretty damn nice, but that's not what this was all about. This was just more proof of concept. I want to be sure that just adding a shroud back is going to solve my cooling problem with this new thinner rad. I'm not sure if it is or not, but anyway, that's my radiator shroud, my fan shroud, and yeah, it turned out about how I expected. You get out of it what you put into it, and that's exactly what I did. I was in a bit of a rush. It's solid. It's gonna do its job, and I guess I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I know I could have done this easier. I could have just built basically like a box and cut the circle into the box, and it would have been a whole buttload easier. But you know, you get something in your head, you think, hey, I could do that. So that's what I done, and yeah, I guess I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's, if you stuck with me this far along in the video, thank you very much. I do dumb stuff like this because I'm cheap quite often. So if you want, subscribe to the channel. It's free. It'll give you a little notification when I put out some more crap on the old YouTube. So thanks for watching.